You have a lovely creamy texture with a little more softness. It has this nice bitterness, a little you can find in the spice like the cardamom, in the spice like a cinnamon and so. I think this is great wine with some lobster, with some ginger, with some, for example, when you made some caramelized ribs, pork ribs, this can be wonderful wine. And this is a wine with some dessert, with some tart or with some cheese too. But it's so subtle with some, as I say to you, is when you serve with some ethnic food with spice, because this is a perfect combination of this, and it's very unique character. The Gewürz before was more expressive at the beginning. Here we are more in a dimension of earth. What I want to explain you before I forget, what is our philosophy? Our philosophy is to work very deep. When you work with fertilizer, when you work with herbicide, 80% from the roots stay on 20% of the soil, at the surface. The soil needs oxygen. When you plow, when you bring only compost, when you have an intense organic life, the roots can go very deep. We found it depends on the geology. In a granite soil, the roots are directly on the rock, it's just 1 meter. But we found some roots more than 40 meter deepness. Can go very, very deep. And it's interesting that after it can absorb the richness of mineral. When we speak about mineral in a wine, it's a soul. And the soul is the oligo-element. It's what you found down, the magnesium, the fluoride, and so on. And this is interesting because it's like when you want to make, so you know, the process of the truffle. The truffle is the trees, there's the roots, and the mycorrhizae. The truffle develop on the mycorrhizae. And it's the same process with the wine. When you make some technologic wine, you can have some flavor, you can have some nice wine, but you have not the structure. What is important in the wine is the aftertaste. The wine needs to make something. And when you have this character, this purity, this you can only make when you work in the deepness, when you work to make an authentic wine. It's not technology, it's more classic way. What I say off to the people, we are not owner, we are just renter of the next generation. What is important, we make wine for a long time. We want that my family, my sister or my brother's daughter continue. This is important for us. For my children, sorry, not my sister, my children. That's important. It's a way of life, it's a culture, and it's important because I think wine has so much history, and in me, so different kind of people. Sometimes when I travel, I see people who are completely different philosophy, but we speak from the same, because we speak about wine, and that's a nice thing. Wine and food, that is what can meet people. Okay, if you have one question more, something so. What is your favorite wine? You have a preference? Is number one is a red wine, number two is a Pinot Blanc, number three is a Pinot Gris, classic, number four is a Grand Cru, number five is a Gewürz, and number six is a Gewürz Grand Cru. Which number one? Who has a preference? When you have no preference, you like all the wine. Huh? Number two, 4 and 6.
Number 4.
4. 6. We are like in the casino, huh? But the only difference here, everybody has a winner. Huh? It's no one specific winner. 4 and 6.
4.
1 to 5, ah, that's good. 1 to 5. It's better you are alone because you have more chance to win. You don't need to give to the other one. 1 to 5. Okay. What is important for me is that each one has a support. That's important for me. But no, it's interesting. 4 and 6, that means you like, and it's interesting because when I speak with Cedric, I ask him why we don't bring a Riesling. Riesling with the driest wine, with the more mineral. He say here in Macau, people love wine with a little more softness, a little more brightness, a little more richness. And it's 4 and the 6 are the 2 wine who are the most generous the richness in the character. And that's interesting because he was completely right in his mind. What will be not good for me is if nobody has a preference, if nobody likes the wine. That's not difficult for me. I'm happy I can return home. Now you need to understand, you discover a little Alsace for somebody, but it's a very unique. I think we made the greatest white wine in the world. When I speak wine with purity, with food. I'm not here with Chardonnay, with oak, that's more Burgundy, but with a wine with a lovely purity. You can find a little in Germany, a little in Austria, and Alsace, that's, I think, the belly button of the world for this kind of wine. And Alsace has a lot of history. The Statute of the Liberty is made from Bartholdi. He came from Colmar, he's an Alsatian. Albert Schweitzer is an Alsatian. The Marseillaise, you have the Marseillaise, who the famous, the national hymn. Hymn. It's made from an Alsatian guy. We have a lot of great chefs around the world who made some food, came from Alsace. We are a mixed population, a mixed culture. We are rigorous like a German, but we are more Latin. We are more this French culture, this French way of life. But we are serious, we are rigorous like a German. And I think we can find this in this wine. So much diversity, so much purity, and so much express, and so on.